this video is going to give a brief solution guide to the solving equation challenge where you had to solve an x to the 7th and an x to the 8th. All right, so this is my solution key. And basically the first thing to realize on this one is if you factor out an x, since they all have x, you can take out that GCF, and that'll get you one answer of x equals 0. All right, from there, I just graph all of this in Desmos. So it's a lot to type in, and you gotta make sure you type it in accurately. But if you do, you should get -5 and 3 as two more answers. So we have 3 of the 7. Okay, and then we just gotta synthetic divide these out from this polynomial right here, from the x to the 6th part. So you can do them in any order, but I usually do the positive one first. So hopefully you get a remainder of 0. Then do -5 in the window, do the same thing, get a remainder of 0. And then we have a constant x, x squared, x cubed, and x to the 4th left. So we're left with this x to the 4th to solve. And that's the one where it goes x to the 4th, x squared constant. So you can factor that apart. And then set both of those to 0. So -9 and take the square root, you get plus or minus 3i. Second one, -4, take the square, you get plus or minus 2i. So this is 4 of the answers there, 4 imaginary answers. And then you have these 3 real answers up here. Okay, second one starts very similar, where you can pull out a x squared because all of these have at least x squared in them, so you have 2x times x. So that's where I get the 2 answers of 0. Then I graph what remains. So kind of here's what happens once you take out x squared. So I graph that, and you end up with 4 more answers actually. One is a multiplicity, it bounces at 5, so that's a multiplicity, so you got listed twice, and then x equals 12 is off on the side, and that's another solution. All right, so you have to do synthetic division 4 times then, and again, I would use a calculator, go in whatever order. You should know it goes okay if you're getting remainders of 0. If you're not, I usually go back and check my work, or put a different solution in the window first. I think that's a pretty good way to handle it too if you're struggling to get remainders of 0. So this is the order I went in and what the work looks like. All right, and then at the end of this one, you end up with an x squared minus 3x plus 9. All right, and then it must have imaginary answers, otherwise they would have shown up on the calculator, right? We would have seen the real answers on the calculator. So this must have imaginary, which means I'm going to do quad formula. So I'm going to do my little formula, get my imaginary answers, and then I get 3 plus or minus 3 square root of 3i over 2 as my last 2 answers. So that's 2 imaginary there, and then up here there was 6 real answers, 2 of which had multiplicities. Okay, that is all. Thank you for watching.